Welcome to Vantage Point 27. Very happy to have made it to the 27th episode of my show. Thank you, readers, for the support and for watching my videos. This episode is about animals. Hopefully, the subjects I've chosen to speak about will highlight the most important matters facing animals and humans. But before I get to it, I would like to thank the various individuals and groups who work for animal rights and conservation of their natural habitat. I think animal shelters, which have a high kill rate, are not taking care of animals in the way they should. So please do not make donations to such shelters. There are some very effective ways of helping animals, which you, the viewers, can do without being part of any group. I made a list. Have a look. What I have listed are easy ways of helping animals, and the organizations shown have social media accounts which you can follow to stay updated on the progress being made for animal rights. Despite these efforts, animal abuse continues, and it's not always easy to help them. But by being vigilant, hopefully we can bring good change. Some of the most vicious atrocities which I believe can be immediately stopped is by shaming countries which allow animal cruelty in their legal system, like Spain, where bullfighting still happens. No civilized human being should find bullfighting amusing. Or countries where cats and dogs are eaten. God has created so many good and healthy things for us to eat, yet there are people who eat cats and dogs, or even pork. It is the unhealthiest meat to eat. Eating pork is like eating plain fat. Many people are turning to veganism and vegetarianism as a health choice. I am not against eating meats, but some of the news stories and the conditions in which animals are kept before being slaughtered are horrifying and so cruel. Animals should be kept in places that resemble their natural habitat. Be kind to them till the end, even if they are to be slaughtered. And don't take the milk of cows and tear them apart from their mothers. Even in fashion, we see the heartless exploitation of animals, whether skinning them alive for the fur or skin to make bags, shoes, coats, or fake eyelashes. Good step by some fashion houses that ban real fur. I hope the rest of the fashion industry does the same. However, I think even faux fur should be banned because when you wear it, a lot of people won't be able to tell the difference and think you're wearing real fur. They might like the look and buy actual fur. Don't buy things that have fur on them of any sort, because even if it isn't fox or mink, very likely the fur you see is from some animal which was skinned alive. Could be a cat, a dog, or a rabbit. Then there is animal testing. Whether it's for cosmetics, medicine, or the treatment of disease, animals are abused and then killed. Some hope of relief is in animal testing alternatives which are being developed. You should back this project because they could mean the end of animal testing. The next biggest problem which animals face is extinction. There are sanctuaries, but many species' natural habitat can't be simulated, and neither can ecosystems. One of the species which is going extinct and can't survive in captivity is the great white shark. There are several theories as to why these sharks die even after being released. I researched it and saw a video which explained how the pressure difference can kill a fish when it's pulled out of the depths of the ocean. Sharks are known to be very mysterious, and I don't think the complete trail of the great white shark in the ocean has ever been tracked. If this is true, it could be because they go to the depths of the ocean. It could explain why, when they are captured, even though they might not display eyes bulging out or stomach turned inside out symptoms, they might suffer from irreparable nerve damage, and this is why they die even after being released. You might ask, why save the great white shark? Because, like all the other species on Earth, they are part of the ecosystem and they balance the food chain. But animals are not just suffering from cruelty and extinction, they are struggling for space on Earth. We are taking their homes, cutting down trees, the melting sea ice in the Arctic, where so many species live, dredging the seabed to make artificial islands. And soon, even in the sky, birds might not find space to fly. Drones are on the verge of being used commercially. In tech news, there are reports of plans for drone deliveries, among other commercial applications. Even flying taxis are expected. Seeing the sky with clouds is one of the best things in our world. But it seems in the near future we might look up and see a sky full of drones and flying taxis, but no birds. There is also the trend of robot cats and dogs as pets. There is a study which says children who grew up with a pet around had better immune systems than those who didn't. Robotic pets won't give you the benefit of learning about different forms of life. You'll only learn about the different forms of machines. If, like me, you're interested in animals, you might like to read the articles I've written about animals and nature on Ink in the Internet. Dear Arjuan, if you were to search the subject on the Internet, you will find that the question more often asked is, how did the ancient Egyptians build the pyramids? But I find this question better deserving of being answered, because it taps into something extraordinary we might not be aware of. That is, the focus of the human mind. Look at our world today. So many things to think about that we can't focus on anything properly. Scientifically, our brain is like a hard disk. It has limited space. So when one project is the center of our attention and innovation, it's no surprise that even in primeval times, the ancient Egyptians were able to come up with the science for the pyramids. It's a theory which has never been proven. Plus, there are so many solid things opposing it. 1. We look nothing like primates. We have seen evolution in animals, and there is always clear resemblance between the different stages of evolution. Our facial structure is nothing like primates. Having two eyes, a mouth, nose, hands, feet doesn't mean that we are the same species. This is the fundamental structure of almost all the species on Earth. 2. Nowhere in the animal kingdom is human intelligence. Why didn't apes evolve, at least, into a Planet of the Apes society? Why are all the animals on Earth still animals? It is said gorillas have the intelligence of 6-year-olds. Some parrots have the intelligence of 5-year-olds. So are our ancestors gorillas and parrots? Above all, I have a religious belief that God created us as humans, and I don't care what science says or whatever gets discovered in the future. Some we discovered and some we invented. It's fairly simple to answer. I chose to feature this question because it gets us thinking about how much mathematics can we see around us, how much can we discover, and how many equations can we invent.